which is in district Latur, state Maharashtra, India, is very eager to welcome all the honorable dignitaries and participants here at the virtual platform for the International E-Conference. The topic of today's International E-Conference is Adapting Education for the Evolving Workforce. The International E-Conference has been organized by Sri Kumaraswamy College, Ausa. The college is affiliated to Swami Ramananda Tirth Marathwada University, Nanded. The college conducts number of innovative activities for the benefit and enhancement of students, researchers, teachers, academicians, intellectuals, and all stakeholders. The innovative activities like the World Record Webinar Series, national and international conferences are regularly organized by the college, and all these are going on very smoothly and without any interruption, and it is due to the hard efforts of chief organizer and his perseverance to continue all these innovative activities. At the outset of this International E-Conference, I welcome you, sir, as the chairperson and presiding authority of this International E-Conference. Today, I feel immense pleasure to welcome honorable dignitary, chief guest, and keynote speaker who is among us from Bosnia and Herzegovina. The keynote speaker is Honorable Tatjana Grbic ma'am, who is going to enlighten us on the topic, as I noted before, adapting education for the evolving workforce. All the participants and delegates are very interested in today's keynote speech. So without spending much time, I would like to invite today's honorable chief guest, Tatjana ma'am, for her keynote speech and presentation. Please, ma'am, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much for such a beautiful introduction. I would like to say to everybody who are watching from your country, good evening, and from my country, good afternoon. So good evening and good afternoon, distinguished attendees. It is truly an honor to be here today at this esteemed international conference, which is dedicated to exploring the forefront of education and the workforce development. So before we embarked on our journey of exploration and learning, allow me to extend a warm welcome to all participants and also to introduce myself. As you said, I'm Tatjana Grbic, and I'm a passionate advocate for education and the CEO of Educative Center, Eduka. As you said, I'm coming from Banja Luka, Bosnia and Herzegovina. I'm a professor of English language and literature, and I hold a master's degree in economics. And I can say that I've had the privilege of journeying through the realms of academia and business, each experience reinforcing my commitment to empowering individuals through education. So today, as we gathered from various corners of the globe, I'm deeply humbled to have the opportunity and to engage with such a diverse and esteemed audience, primarily composed of educators. So together we stand at the verge of the transformation era, where the intersection of education and employment holds immense potential and challenging skills. The landscape of employment is undergoing remarkable change, as evidenced by the staggering statistics. So, did you know that the share of remote workers worldwide doubled from 30% to 27% in just 2 years, which is driven by the COVID-19 pandemic? Also, additionally, by 2023, over 67% of tech employees globally were working fully or mostly remotely. These figures underscore an extraordinary shift in how we perceived and approach work, demanding a reassessment of our educational paradigm. I would also like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Principal Dr. Betkar and the organizing committee for their visionary leadership in convening this vital event. So this international conference, I see, and it serves as a beacon of collaboration and innovation, providing educators worldwide with a platform to address the evolving needs of the workforce and adapt education accordingly. So over the next 30 minutes, I will share my insights on the imperative task of adapting education for the ever-evolving workforce. In today's dynamic landscape, the convergence of education and employment presents both challenges and opportunities that require our attention and collective effort. So I will invite you to actively participate in our discussion, share your thoughts and your insights, and to pose questions, if any. Your engagement is invaluable to our shared learning journey. So without further ado, let's commence and explore into the future of education and workforce development. So the first topic I would like to discuss is the challenging landscape of employment. Undeniably, the changing landscape of employment is a significant trend that has been accelerated by the COVID-19 pandemic, automation, and the rise of the gig economy. The future of work is undergoing a significant transformation, driven by factors such as technological advancements, globalization, and demographic shifts. So these changes are reshaping the labor market and creating new opportunities and challenges for both individuals and organizations. So one of the key drivers of change in the employment landscape is technological advancements, particularly in the area of artificial intelligence, robotics, and automation. So these innovations are transforming the way work is performed by creating both new job opportunities and rendering others obsolete. So, for example, there is McKinsey Global Institute's research, which has shown that demand for technological, social, and emotional, and higher cognitive skills will grow as manual and physical skills, as well as basic cognitive ones, will decline. Another significant trend is the rise of the gig economy, which is reshaping the labor market and demanding new skills and adaptability from workers. So, according to the US Chamber of Commerce Foundation, the gig economy is growing rapidly, with the number of workers pursuing full-time work in the gig economy increasing by 51.8% between 2020 and 2021. So this trend is being driven by factors such as the pursuit of flexibility and meaning in work, as well as the need for additional income during the pandemic. On a global scale, data from the World Bank shows that the global gig economy accounts for up to 12% of the labor market, which is much higher than previous estimates for the total number of gig workers. There is also another emergent trend in the changing employment landscape, which is remote work. The widespread adoption of remote work has led to a decentralized workforce and a greater emphasis on digital communication. So, according to statistics, the trend to of working remotely has been slowly increasing globally since 2015, with one of the 3% annual increase rate. However, the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 upended the world economy and global markets. Employment trends were no exception to this, with the share of employees working remotely increasing to 27% in 2022, just 13% 2 years prior. The industry with the highest share of remote workers globally in 2023 was by the far most technology sector, with over 67% of tech employees worldwide working fully or mostly remotely. So this trend is creating new opportunities for workers, particularly those in rural areas of which caregiving responsibilities, but it's also posing challenges for organizations in terms of managing remote teams and ensuring productivity. So the changing employment landscape is having a significant impact on education and skill development. Personalized learning, online education, micro-credentials and badges, and collaborative learning are all emerging trends in education that are better preparing students for the demands of the modern workplace. Employees are also increasingly prioritizing skills and expertise over formal education, leading to more diverse and inclusive workforce. So in order to navigate the changing employment landscape, individuals and organizations must embrace lifelong learning, develop a growth mindset, and address skills gaps and workforce reskilling. There is also one research. According to the World Economic Forum's Future of Job report, which was issued in 2020, 40% of workers will require reskilling of 6 months or more. So McKinsey Global Institute report predicts that by 2030, up to 375 million workers worldwide may need to switch occupational categories due to automation and artificial intelligence. Fostering diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace is also critical in the changing employment landscape. According to the study by McKinsey & Company, companies with diverse leadership teams are more likely to be profitable than those without. In summary, the change landscape of employment is being driven by factors such as technological advancements, globalization, demographic shifts, and the rise of the gig economy. To navigate this changing landscape, individuals and organizations must embrace lifelong learning, develop a growth mindset, address skills gaps, and workforce reskilling. By doing so, they can seize the opportunities presented by the changing employment landscape and thrive in the modern workplace. But what is the role of learning and development in the changing landscape of employment? So, learning and development is essential for organizations to adapt to the changing work landscape, develop evolving skills and competencies, and overcome challenges in implementing effective programs to drive employee performance, productivity, and organizational success. So the workforce of tomorrow will require a diverse set of skills and competencies to thrive in an increasingly automated, digital, and dynamic labor market. Also, according to McKinsey, the need for manual and physical skills, as well as basic cognitive ones, will decline, but demand for technological, social, and emotional and higher cognitive skills will grow. So, to address these changing needs, governments and organizations must invest in developing foundational skills that help citizens fulfill 3 criteria. First one is to add value beyond what can be done by automated systems and intelligent machines, operate in a digital environment, and continuously adapt to new ways of working and new occupations. So the McKinsey Global Institute has identified a set of 56 foundational skills that will benefit all citizens with higher proficiency, leading to higher incomes and job satisfactions. So these skills fall within 4 broad categories. First one would be cognitive, second one digital, third one interpersonal, fourth and self-leadership. For example, communication and mental flexibility are 2 skill groups that belong to the cognitive category, while teamwork, effectiveness belong to the interpersonal category. In addition to these fundamental skills, students need to develop technical skills such as proficiency in common application like Microsoft Office and web literacy skills to succeed in modern job. Life skills such as managing finance are also crucial for success in the workplace. Furthermore, students need to be able to effectively communicate with their peers via modern methods, including emails, which is used extensively in business communication. To better prepare students for careers, project-based learning, partnership for 21st century skills, and instructional style that build 21st century skills are essential. Additionally, by cultivating social and emotional skills, such as teamwork, motivation, and adaptability, is vital for success in the workforce of tomorrow. Employees increasingly demand these skills with attributes like occupational knowledge, application of occupational knowledge, use of equipment, tools, and reading and writing skills considered very important for entry-level employees. Ethical judgment and integrity, comfort with people of different backgrounds and culture, and knowledge of global cultures, histories, and values are also highly valued by employees. Let's say something about lessons which are learned from industry leaders. There was a survey which was conducted by Stack Data Strategy on behalf of Multiverse in 2023, which involved 1,200 online interviews with business leaders across the USA and UK. In this survey, 58% of business leaders said they acquire their most valuable skills in the workplace, while only 27% said during their degree studies. So this report also reveals that the majority, which is 67% of business leaders, don't think higher education provides the skills which are needed for the workforce of tomorrow. So surveying 1,200 business leaders, the vast majority, which is 70% of respondents, said that learning on the job was the most effective way to develop workforce skills. So despite this finding, almost half, which is 48% of respondents revealed that when recruiting candidates for entry-level position, their company still has degree requirements. What about on-the-job learning critical to long-term success? So business leaders feel they learned more during their first 2 years in the workforce than from their higher education experience. Respondents cited that the top workforce acquired skills were technical, practical skills, which are related to their field and which comprised of 53%, people management 55%, and project management 50%. Additionally, 40% said they learned more about critical thinking, and 48% said they learned more about time management during the first 2 years in the workplace. So the CEO of Multiverse is an advocate for rethinking the relationship between education and the workplace to better prepare individuals for the rapidly changing technological landscape. He argues that the traditional university system is outdated and disconnected from the realities of the workforce, with little correlation between academic grades and job performances. So he also emphasizes that the 3 or 4 year degree may no longer be sufficient for a 3 or 4 decade career, given the accelerating pace of technological change. He also advocates for a shift towards applied learning delivered on the job and prioritizing apprenticeships and training programs throughout someone's career. So he believes that the future of learning is working, and his approach will unlock business and economic potential while creating a more diverse group of future leaders. His perspective is supported by research indicating that 50% of the global workforce will need reskilling by 2025 to keep up with the technological advances, and that 87% of business leaders believe they have skill gaps. Business leaders who were surveyed believed graduates are not work ready for day one, citing that new hires typically require an average of 11 months of on-the-job training before they become fully effective in the role. So this brings the question, how much does a degree actually prepare young people to enter the workforce effectively? Of those who said that the current higher education system is not well suited to deliver the skills needed for the workforce of tomorrow, the top reasons were lack of real workforce training or experience, which amounted to 43%, curriculum not sufficiently teaching soft skills like teamwork, communication, and leadership, standing for 43%, and the lack of opportunities for learners to apply skills in context, which is 35%. When asked to rank which options provides learners with the highest number of required skills, 50% said and ranked apprenticeships first, followed by the university degree, 28%, and bootcamp or short-form training courses, 21%. So, therefore, adapting education system is crucial for both students and professionals to stay relevant and competitive in the evolving workforce. There are 3 ways education system can adapt to meet the needs of both groups. So, first one is aligning education with these industry needs. Education system must work closely with the industry leaders to ensure that curricula and training programs align with the skills and competencies required in the modern workplace. So this collaboration can help bridge the skills gap and better prepare students and professionals for the demands of their respective industries. For example, companies can partner with educational institutions to offer internships, mentorship program, and industry-specific training to students and employees. The second one is incorporating technology in education. So technology plays a critical role in shaping the future of work. An education system must adapt to incorporate technology in their teaching and learning strategies. This includes using digital tools and platforms to enhance learning experiences, developing digital literacy skills, and promoting the use of technology in problem solving and innovation. For professionals, this means continuously updating their skills and knowledge to stay abreast of technological advancements and new trends in their industries. And the third one is promoting lifelong learning. The rapid pace of change in the workplace requires a mindset of continuous learning and development. Education system and companies must promote a culture of lifelong learning where students and professionals are encouraged to pursue ongoing education and training throughout their careers. This can include offering flexible and accessible learning opportunities such as online courses, workshops, and certification programs that cater to the need of both students and working professionals. So, also, what is important to have strategies for upskilling and reskilling is identifying skill gaps. Identifying skill gaps is a critical first step in the upskilling and reskilling process. By conducting a thorough skill and learning opportunities, including online courses, workshops, mentorship programs, and on-the-job training to accommodate different learning styles and preferences. By making training programs easily accessible and cost-effective, organizations can encourage widespread participation and ensure that employees have the resources they need to enhance their skills and knowledge. Accessible and affordable training programs empower employees to take ownership of their professional development and stay competitive in the rapidly changing job market. What is also important is that we have collaboration between education institution and employers. So collaboration between education institutions and employers is a key to bridge the skills gap and ensure that training programs align with industry needs. By working together, educational institutions can design curricula that reflect the latest industry trends and equip students with the skills demanded by employees. So what are the future trends in education and workforce? The integration of artificial intelligence, AI, and automation is in the workplace is transforming the way we work and live, offering many benefits such as increased efficiency, productivity, and innovation. However, it is crucial to have empathy to maintain the value of human interaction, creativity, and emotional intelligence. So balancing artificial intelligence and automation with human oversight is essential for several reasons. So first, AI and automation can handle large volumes of repetitive tasks faster and more accurately than humans, freeing up time and resources for more strategic, creative, and interpersonal tasks. However, humans are essential for their ability to think creatively, strategize, emphasize, and to make judgments in complex and unpredicted situations. Artificial intelligence and automation is not about replacing humans with machines, but about leveraging technology to enhance human capabilities. So, to strike the right balance, organizations must adopt a well defined strategy and a willingness to adapt. This involves identifying tasks that are suitable for AI and automation, training and upskilling of employees to work alongside. AI establishes clear roles and responsibilities for humans and machines, implementing monitoring and evaluation processes, and encouraging open communication and feedback. But there are also challenges to balance AI, automation, and human oversight, such as overcoming resistance to change, managing data privacy and security, and ensuring ethical use of AI. Organizations must address these challenges head on to ensure that AI remains a reliable partner and not a source of unexpected issues. So, in conclusion, balancing AI and automation with a human oversight is essential for organizations and education to harness the strength of both while mitigating the risk associated with over-resilience and technology. I would just only use the opportunity to say a couple of sentences about the remote work. The rise of remote work is transforming how individuals engage in work. So the future of work trends in 2024 include upskilling and reskilling initiatives, micro-learning, hybrid learning, adaptive learning, VR and AR training, gamification, and automated graded assessments to develop a future-proof workplace. Soft skills play a crucial role in the future of education and the work. There is a growing emphasis on the significance of soft skills such as communication, teamwork, adaptability, and emotional intelligence. These skills are essential for fostering collaboration, innovation, and effective communication in the workplace. These skills, like upskilling and reskilling initiatives, focus on developing not only technical competencies, but also soft skills to ensure individuals are well-rounded and adaptable in the force of changing job requirements. There are also many research that can actually give us an example of excellent upskilling and upskilling of the new employees, not just employees, also the students. So there is one example of IBM Skill Build program, which offers free online courses and resources to help individuals develop new skills in areas such as cloud, computing, data analytics, and artificial intelligence. And in conclusion, I would like to say that it is clear that landscape of employment is indeed evolving, and it is unprecedented pace. The statistics we have examined illustrates the magnitude of this transformation from the surge in remote work to the projected impact of automation and artificial intelligence. But amidst these changes, one thing remains constant. That is the need to adapt. As we reflect on the journey we've taken together, let's now embark and let's remember that adaptation is not just a response to change, it is a proactive approach to changing our future. So, in the face of uncertainty, it is natural to feel apprehensive about change, but let's not forget that the world we live in today is a testament to the power of change. From technological innovations to social progress, every aspect of our modern work has been shaped by the willingness to embrace change. So, there is an old saying, the only constant in life is change. So let's embrace it. By embracing innovation, fostering inclusivity, and prioritizing the well-being of our workers, we can navigate the evolving landscape of employment with confidence and resilience. So thank you for your time and for your joining me on this exploration. And I would like also to hear your insights and maybe thoughts on this topic, which I have just elaborated and shared my prospects. If there are any questions or maybe some insights that you would like to share, I'm willing to hear.
Dear attendees, if you
Good
have
evening,
any
madam.
query, discuss with keynote speaker. Yes, sir. Welcome.
Good evening, ma'am. This is Badiuddin Ahmad from India, Hyderabad. And good morning to you at Bosnia and Herzegovina. What is the time then? It's evening?
Well, it's 4 p.m.
Okay,
It's
ma'am.
4 p.m.
Good evening, ma'am. So, you delivered a very excellent lecture presentation. And as far as you mentioned, many aspects, demographic aspects, and other new upskilling and reskilling, and also the blended learning, hybrid mode of learning. That's true for the working people, especially the working executives and working people. What you have delivered, you presented is absolutely useful. My question is that how effective is online learning?
How effective is online learning?
Yeah.
Well, we can see in the couple of years, especially from the COVID-19 pandemic occurred, that online learning is mostly used when we are having, let's say, maybe some international ways of learning where we need to participate, like today, to certain conferences. So we are saving costs. Of course, we don't need, and it would be great if we could travel and meet each other. It would be the best way. But nowadays, we can see that online learning is enhancing and it's having its broader usage than it did before. So I can say that online learning, as I'm also the CEO of Educative Center, we have decided in the last year that we are going to hold more online trainings, more online educations than in the class where we actually meet, because people are, need to take time to come to the place, to the venue where the education is being held, and online learning is having all these benefits by saving participants and learners time. And you can also, just as we are today, discuss about any topic you have. So I can see it as something that is very efficient. But also, I would say that it would be much better if we could, see each other, sit, drink a cup of coffee or cup of tea, and chit chat a little bit, talk a little bit. So I do believe that people, by attending online classes and having online learning system, are a little bit, getting far away from each other, if I can say it like that.
Why I asked this, because we had a bitter experience in post-COVID or during COVID when we were engaging classes. And since I'm teaching to the postgraduate students, then that was very surprising that they just log in and they'll just off from the cameras. And now we were just delivering with them and we asked them questions, something, and are you there? Nobody was there. That was a big problem for them. So there is a limitation of that. So as for a technical type of education or some practical papers, it was very difficult to manage. That's what I put a question to you, madam.
Oh, I understand. So I would say that's a misusage of online learning. But you also have students who would, sometimes maybe use some other student's card or pretend to be someone else on the classes. It is definitely more secure for the educators and for all of us to make sure when we are actually teaching in the classes, we can see our students and make sure that they are there. But what I wouldn't maybe allow is, while if I can say it like that, I wouldn't allow, is that they need to put their video on, their cameras, to have the cameras on. So misusage
Bir partide kalıyor.
Thank you.
Gelsin diye.
Okay, sorry, we had a distraction. Okay, so in every area, people are going to misuse and to misconduct regarding some things, not just in online area, in every area. So I believe that it's up to people, and I believe it's up to mindset. But definitely, certain procedures, if I can say, might be written, because online learning is something new for all of us, and we are entering in the era where such things are not defined very well. And we educators and teachers must find our way how to keep our students, engaged. That is also very important.
Having said that, we are also practicing online in India also, but there is a limitation of this. I want to continue to say. But anyhow, we can make use of, you rightly said, making the students to open their cameras and make them sit and say deliver things. Thank you so much, madam, for your wonderful presentation.
Thank you for your wonderful questions. Thank you. And also for your insight. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Dr. Swanand Shukla, sir, please.
Good evening, Dr. Bedkar, sir. Good evening, ma'am. Wonderful session you have conducted. And really, it is a need of a time that, we have to be, many of the time it happens that we are taking some kind of education which is not implemented in the future life. And we have to relearn and learn again further something new. So it happens many of the time, what I had seen in India. So yes, definitely an education system should involve the very important, the cognition domain as well as the skill, what you are saying, technical domain, all these things has to be adopted. Otherwise, many of the time there is a kind of a gap of knowledge in between. So when I take my degree and when I start my work, I think that whatever I have learned, it has gone in West, right? So that is what is happening exactly. So definitely. But my question is, there are so many industries, there are so many IT sections, there are so many medical aspects, and so much of widespread you'll find. And the workforce, we are having a few degrees, few diplomas in regard with that. So there is no the proportion, if we'll see, it will not matching. It is not matching. And the education system, what they can give is a baseline, training or the abilities they can develop. But again, the skillful development comes when the person goes on a job and then he becomes skillful. That is what is happening exactly. So I belong to medical field, so how we can narrow this gap, or should we have, some means the whatever the degrees or diplomas or whatever we are taking, education we are taking. Apart from that, some specific special courses should be there attached to the job education, especially the occupation. So I think that will help and that will narrow the gap. That is what I feel personally. What you comment on this, that is the first thing. And second thing, I belong to medical field, and we are in a medical field. We are nowadays, you'll find, in fact, everywhere you'll find a new technology is appearing every day, new technology. And I'm working since last 28 years in the medical field, but I could see a new technology has come, then I had to learn it and I had to adapt it. So over there also there should be some kind of courses, small courses available. So I think that will really facilitate, and that will, what the today's topic is, we can equip that workforce with a more capability, abilities, and skills. That is what I feel. So what do you think about this? Otherwise, India is having now the maximum number of youth, and the youth energy is wonderful. So they adopt very fast, and they are very keen to learn new things nowadays. New courses are appearing about AI and other things. And really, the world is progressing very fast. to cope up with this, what kind of education system we had to develop. We cannot go with a traditional, the same topic, same subject, same thing. We cannot go with every day. The education system also has to modify itself. So what you think about this, ma'am? Please come in. Thank you. Otherwise, your presentation was excellent. You have touched all the important aspects and really ignited our brain. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Svandan, if I pronounced your name correctly. Thank you. Thank you very much for your contribution and your insights. I absolutely agree with you. You are coming from the medicine, from the medical industry. I'm actually coming from the teaching and economics. So these are the areas that I'm coming from finance and from learning and development of the employees. But I believe that actually as our technology is advancing so swiftly that we don't have enough time to wait for the institutions to organize. Actually, our institutions, organizations, government, they are too slow to follow each area and development in each area. So I might also maybe add my insight, which is similar to yours. Me as being a translator, also in a permanent court interpreter. What is also the challenges that we as interpreters have? You have a new words, not just new technologies. New technologies are followed by new words, and there are no dictionaries, and you need to translate, you need to interpret by using a new word, and there is no formal dictionary which is, let's say, adopted by the universities or some committees on the level of the government. So you need to, with your fellow colleagues from the education and you also from the medicine, you need to be in contact to see actually what is the best translation. And you also, as someone who is in medicine, I also believe that it's very important to swiftly to swiftly react and to help all these people that are working and that need to know new technologies and to adapt to these new technologies by reskilling, by upgrading. And that's why we are always, talking about this always evolving and a learning mindset. We are always learning. Actually, the people also maybe before 50 years, they also had to always learn, but technology is so being advanced that we can see the greatest improvements in the last 50 years. But what actually happened in the last 50 years, we can see that in a year we have so much progress that it's very, very hard to keep up with these technologies. So I believe that, let's say, this event like we have today here, like this conference and online learning is helping us to advance, and also artificial intelligence and also machine learning. But as I said in my presentation, it is very important, not to misuse and also to include people, and humans are actually the most important, and we can also only use the technology, artificial intelligence and machine learning to help us, to do some repetitive tasks faster. So I absolutely agree.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
I hope.
Yeah, I think the flexibility, that is the right terminology, the flexibility and adaptability, if it is there, and the learning communities we can form. The learning communities means they keep learning continuously. I think that is a real science of a life, what I feel, the growth we can see only in life. So that is wonderfully explained. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you very much for your question and your insights and contribution. I really find that very interesting and very invaluable. Thank you.
Again, I request dear participants, if you have any query or share something, please come ahead. Dear participants. So thank you so much, Honorable Dr. Badiuddin sir, and
Sir, may I ask one question?
Dr.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
sir,
you.
yes.
Ma'am,
Mhm. Yes.
how to carry out the gap analysis or training need analysis, identifying the competency gap,
How to perform
how to find the competency or gap or training need analysis.
To find competency gap. Well,
Yes.
actually, you have the industry. You have the industry which is demanding for the skills, which in new, let's say, student who is just coming to work, or maybe employee which is already working. So he has demands for certain skills. He has demands for certain job. By evaluating and taking care and doing the deep analysis of these skills, of these demands, we actually can make the skill gap analysis. So we need to compare what our employees or what students that are coming to the company, which skills do they have. So to analyze their skills, which is by individual, you have to include each individual separately by analyzing their skills, their competences, and then comparing these competences and skills to the skills which are demanded by the company or the industry we are talking about.
Thank you, ma'am.
I hope I answered your question. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you, Dr. Prashant. I hope I translated it pronounced it correctly. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Badiuddin sir,
Okay.
Prashant Thote sir, Dr. Swanand Shukla sir, for the excellent interaction with keynote speaker. Now I request the chief organizer of an international conference, the ideal principal of Dr. Sri Kumaraswamy Mahavidyalaya Avsa, Honorable Dr. M.M. Bedkar sir, come up with few words. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you, Prashant sir. And today's resource person, Tatjana ma'am. We just listened and learned from her about the adopting education for the evolving workforce. She explained very perfectly because she is economics in master in science economics, magister science economics, management of business systems, also professor of English language and literature, and a permanent court entrepreneur. About her, she helps organizations and peoples to reach their highest potential through business development and change in management. She is University of Economics in Banja Luka city. So the importance of this topic is that how we adopt the evaluation training to our teachers or the staff so that that unit can be progressed day by day. At that time we have to adapt traditional also online courses, and she have referred some research about that. So in all, her speech is useful to all, maybe education industry, maybe the other medical industry or any industry where we have to adopt the evolution what's are happening in around us, what is the new technologies can be adopted to our colleague, to the person those who are involving that they should adopt the technology and go ahead for the progress of that organization. Thank you, madam. We are very much happy with your presentation, and in future also you will be invited for next speech. You are always welcome, and also I request you to inform few resource person speakers from your side to continue these international conferences. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. I'm really delighted for participate in your conference, and I'll be happy to participate if you invite me again. So thank you very much, and thank you for your time, and see you next time.
Yes, thank you
in
to
the
all
future.
those who are joined from your country, and also our respected Dr. Swanand Shukla sir, Badiuddin Ahmed sir, and notice, sir, though daily actually participates actively and discuss with the resource person that fulfills our international conference. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Evening. Yes, have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Tatjana.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, link is not working. Huh?
Which link, sir?
Feedback link.
Okay, I will check, sir, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.